Third dwelling, Part 1. Blessed are those in awe of God. What else can we say of one who has persevered, has transcended all those conflicts, and entered safely into the third dwelling? It is no small task for His Majesty to help me understand the living poetry of this verse, since I get very confused about these matters. Of course, such a one is blessed. Unless she turns back, she is on the straight path to liberation. Can you see, friends, how important it is to have overcome the battles of the past? I am convinced that the Beloved never fails to bless these triumphant souls with a secure conscience. I said secure, but I was mistaken. There is no security in this life. Whenever I use a term like that, just translate it as unless she abandons the path she set out on. It is such a burden to be alive when we have to walk around like men with enemies at their threshold. These warriors can't eat or sleep unless their weapons are within easy reach. They live in perpetual fear that their adversaries might discover a weak spot in their fortress and break through with a surprise attack. Oh, my beloved, my greatest good, why would you want us to want such a miserable existence? It is impossible for us to stop begging you to take us out of it. Our only hope is in losing ourselves in you, in spending this life absorbed only in serving you, and in trying to understand your will in keeping us here. If it is your will, my God, let us die with you, as St. Thomas says. Living without you is nothing but dying over and over again. Living without you is nothing but living in dread of the possibility of losing you forever. And so I say, friends, the blessedness we ask for should be the security of knowing that we are already blessed. What pleasure can anyone have whose sole pleasure is in serving God when she is plagued by such fears? Remember, there are some saints who enjoyed heightened states beyond measure and still fell into grave error. We can never be sure that God will reach out His hand and pull us up from unconsciousness. I have to admit to you, my friends, I am so terrified as I write this that I don't know how I am writing it or how I live when I even think about it, which I do constantly. Please pray, my friends, that His Majesty be with me always. Otherwise, what hope can there be for a life as poorly spent as mine? Don't be sad when I say this, as I have seen you get before. I know that you would like to believe that I have lived a purely holy life, and it depresses you to hear that it might not be so. I don't blame you. Believe me, I wish myself that I had maintained such a high level of holiness. But what can I do? Whatever I've lost has been lost through my own fault. I refuse to complain about a God who has given me everything I need to be the way you wish I really were. I cannot say this without crying. How confusing! Who am I to be writing something to those who could just as well be teaching me? This has been such a difficult order to obey. But since I am doing this for the sake of the Beloved, may it be of some benefit to you. Perhaps you could ask him to pardon this brazen woman. His Majesty knows well that the only thing I can count on is his mercy. Since I cannot unbe what I have been, All I can do is take refuge in his compassion and trust in the excellence of his Son and of the Virgin, his mother, whose robes both you and I wear. Praise her, my friends. You truly belong to the Mother. And when you have such a good mother, you have no reason to be ashamed of my imperfections. Emulate her. Reflect on how great Our Lady really is. Acknowledge how blessed we are to have her as our advocate. Even my being what I am, with all my errors and unconsciousness, it is not enough to tarnish our sacred sisterhood in the slightest. But I have to warn you about one thing. Just because you have a mother like ours, does don't be too sure of yourselves. Look how holy David was. And you know what became of Solomon. Don't put too much stake in the fact that you have withdrawn from the world and that spiritual practice is a way of life for you. Do you think you're safe because you are in continual conversation with God and practice prayer day and night? All of this is very good, but it is not a sufficient reason to cease being in awe of God. Continue repeating this prayer and hold it close to your heart. Beatus vir, qui temet Dominum. Psalm 111, 1. What a lengthy digression. Now I've forgotten what I was talking about. Whenever I think about myself, I feel so helpless, like a bird with a broken wing. I'm not sure I'm sharing anything of value here, so I think I'll leave all that behind for now and get back to what I was saying about the souls who have made their way to the third dwelling. The Beloved has shown these souls immense mercy in seeing them through their initial difficulties. I believe that, through the goodness of God, there are many souls like these in the world. They are so reluctant to offend His Majesty that they carefully avoid even petty imperfections. They use their time wisely, spending long hours in meditation. They practice acts of compassion toward their neighbor and are balanced in their speech and appearance. If they have a household, they manage it harmoniously. This is certainly the behavior to be cultivated for those who wish to enter the ultimate dwelling, and I don't see any reason why the Beloved should deny any favor to those who truly yearn to be with Him.